Prior to Mr. Nate's return in 2013, we were among the lowest academically performing districts on the reservation, and, obviously in Arizona as well. There wasn't a whole lot of belief that the students here could do it. And by that I mean achieve academically. And it wasn't all with ill intent, A lot of times that comes with people actually having a sense of empathy for the children, but not realizing that that's translating to low expectations. Education is the pathway that takes folks out of poverty, and that's what we're trying to do here. So Mr. Nate, he worked here in the district as the chief financial officer for 23 years. He left for a couple of years to serve as the chief financial officer for Navajo Nation Gaming. And while he was gone, things were just kind of falling apart.
Well, I was told by my grandparents that when your elders ask you to come and help your community, you come back and you help the best way that you can. And so I came back because I wanted to make a difference in our students' lives by improving the quality of education that we're providing. I researched what are the top performing schools doing and determined there was a commonality of beyond textbooks as their curriculum framework. And so I took a team of 30 down the Vale to view beyond textbooks. And at the end of the day, we gathered after they had an idea of what it looks like and how it should be implemented. And I asked, what do you guys think? And everybody was like, wow, this is really good. And I said, well, okay, your charge now is to go back to your buildings and sell it and market it and get buy-in.
You still had kickback. We still had people saying, we're not Vail. We can't, have you met our kids? They can't do this. It's too fast. But then we started to see success. One teacher in one classroom in Chinle came within 1% of the state average pass rate. That one success story led to a ripple effect, because once the success happens, you can point to it. Now you've proven it. These kids can do it. And people like success. And so once they have a taste of it, it continues. One of the things that Mr. Nate brought in his leadership when he came back as our superintendent was an understanding of strategic plans and the importance of aligning human, fiscal, and time resources to one's goals.
Well, the community buy was a little different. After we developed our strategic plan, I needed to go out and market it, tying it back to the Navajo culture. You plan, you live, and then you reflect. That's the Navajo day. So in the morning, you greet the sunlight in the east, and you say, well, I'm going to herd my sheep to this water hole today. That's my plan. And then I live it by going to the west. I reflect on it at the end of the day. Did I bring all my sheep back, or did they graze? And so that Navajo Diné philosophy fits perfectly with Western education and strategic planning. The same thinking, planning, living, and reassuring. And so that's how we created that buy-in with all the chapters and community members.
Fast forward to today, Chinle Unified School District is the #1 academically performing reservation district, not only on Navajo, but in Arizona. We have actually attracted attention not only from other districts in Arizona, both reservation and off-reservation districts, but nationally. At this point, there are school districts that reach out to Mr. Nate in particular for tips and tricks on how did we get there.
I want us to get to a point where we're no longer a blip on a radar. And by that I mean, when you look at a report from the Department of Education and they talk about where students are, how students are performing, you have your dominant race, the Caucasian race, you have African American, and then you have Latin American, and then you have other. And nobody knows what other is unless you read the fine print. And there you'll read about Native American students and say, I want to change that because we're going to be excelling. And we have to be on the graph and no longer just, am I going to read the fine print and find out what are they talking about? And most people will not look and read the fine print. They'll just look at the graph and move on. And so that's something that is going to give me that platform to do that.